Hello, everybody. How's your week going? I'm not normally doing lives this much, but I had a free moment, so I thought I would pop on here and share with you one of the things that we've been talking about this group and in the emails about toxic hormones. And what does that mean? Because you probably have tried Googling it and you probably haven't found anything, and that's because it's a term that I made up myself, but I didn't make up the actual problem, if that makes sense. I haven't heard people calling it toxic hormones, but I'm going to explain why I call it that. So a lot of times people will blame our hormones for the problems that we're having, like mood swings or painful cramping or spotting between your cycle or low libido, when really it's not your hormones that are the problem. Sometimes we need to, yes, we need to increase our progesterone or we need to lower our estrogen, but it's not your estrogen or your progesterone that's the problem. The problem is actually kind of a bioaccumulation of those hormones that reaches a toxic level in the body that leads to these symptoms that you're having. So if you grabbed the freebie this month that was all about understanding your hormones and you filled out that chart, you probably saw that there were some areas where your body's been accumulating hormones and that's been leading to issues. So for example, and this is something we're going to go over in much greater detail next week during the masterclass. But for today, I just want to chat with you for a minute about, hey, Jackie, what does this mean? Like, what does it mean? If it's not your estrogen and your progesterone that's the problem, then what is the problem? So primarily speaking, there are two primary prominent issues that I see when I'm working with women. And the issue is not necessarily that your progesterone's too low or your estrogen is too high. The issue is that your body is not eliminating your hormones appropriately. So for example, your liver is like a sponge. And this sponge is on a daily basis. Its job is to filter out toxins. It's to filter your blood. It's to metabolize your hormones and get them out of the body. That's like, if I were to boil down what the liver does, it does way more than that. But if I were to boil it down, that's what the liver does. So what happens is this sponge gets filled. And I don't know if you've ever tried to clean a table with a dirty, full sponge, but that dirty water goes everywhere. And now not only do you have a dirty sponge, but you now have a dirty table or a dirty countertop or dirty whatever else you were cleaning. So this is what happens when we don't help our liver metabolize the hormones that are building up on a daily basis, and we don't help it metabolize toxins in the body. I did a whole training on bioaccumulation and toxins, so you can just type in bioaccumulation in the search bar and you'll be able to find that in much greater detail. But the issue I would propose is not your hormones. The issue is your detox pathways. So that's one of the things that we focus on in the Happy Hormones program, is actually optimizing your detox pathways through the hormone flush. And in that process, we're actually helping the liver to wake up so that it can, one, do its job that it's supposed to be doing every single day with metabolizing your hormones, and two, get it to gently release toxins that are causing a buildup of estrogen and issues with your progesterone. So you can spend months and years and even decades chasing your high estrogen and your low progesterone, okay? You can fix it for good in 12 weeks by actually dealing with these root causes, which is clearing out the detox pathways, right? So there's a difference. A lot of times, even practitioners will spend a lot of time looking at we're trying to balance out the estrogen and the progesterone. And yes, sometimes supplementation is needed, but it should only be applied after those root causes are dealt with, and after those detox pathways are opened up so that the body can actually naturally do its job without having to rely on supplementation. So I'm curious in the comments, one, what issues you're struggling with right now, and two, if this is new information to you, if you've spent a lot of time chasing your progesterone or your estrogen with very little results, and you're kind of wondering if maybe it's a detox pathway issue. And three, if you want the freebie that's all about understanding your hormones so that you can see which detox pathways may need the most help. If you want those, please make sure to comment below and we'll be happy to get them to you. Have a great day.